everybody, welcome once again to Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream, The King of Tides. My name is George Primavera, I will be your Dungeon Master this evening, and we are Hero Club. If you don't know who Hero Club is, this is your first time tuning in, our main thing is our podcast. If you check out the About section under this video, or HeroClubPodcast.com, you can find our anthology series of D&D games, all different genres, all different players. Go give that a look at HeroClubPodcast.com, or the About section below this video. But on the weekly, we get together here and play in our campaign setting of our own design, the Emporia campaign setting, with all of our fun folks over here without all the post-production. So a couple of things to know about the Emporia universe if you've never come here, if this is your first time, if you haven't listened to our seasons, Brands, Bargain, and Here There Be Monsters. A couple of things to know. First of all, everybody is playing anthropomorphic animal characters, and that is who the world is populated by. In terms of technology and timeline, we're talking like mid-18th century feeling, the height of piracy on the tropical continent of Emporia. Magic is made illegal by the crown in this world and is punishable by death or worse, and this magical suppression is assisted by the Church of Soul, who worship the sun as a body of celestial power. They hunt down the mages, very much in the style of like a bunch of redcoats, and this is a little detail that I realized that we've never really talked about on the stream because it hasn't come up that much. The Armada is what the general oppressive military force is called, that is the extension of the arm of the monarchy. They wear black and gold and are therefore referred to as blackjacks, if you hear us talking about blackjacks. Okay, now we get to the fun part where we get to meet our player characters. First up, let's say hello to Hannah Fagerbaki.
Ooh, that's me. I play a Canna of 15 levels of Paladin, baby. I'm a Canadian goose. And yeah, I like to party. My fun fact this week is that my favorite tea is Earl Grey. Apologize if that's a repeat. I'm running out of fun facts.
That's for sure a four-peat. Natasha Mercado.
Hey.
No, I play Zaza Checkle. She's 33 years old. Christ. Remember, that was a big
Did she
deal.
canonically just turn 33, like over the last
And
episode?
today's
Is
her
this her
birthday,
birthday?
I decided.
How does time work in Emporia? We don't know.
His sister's cake.
That is such a fun choice as a player to be like, today's my birthday, tell me I'm wrong.
Actually, yes. You know why? Because you found out she was cursed. So why wouldn't you find out you were cursed on your birthday?
Why wouldn't you find out? The timing is just too convenient.
Sure.
Moving to Gabe Greenspan.
Hello, I am Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail. And you know what they say, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn. Well, a blind chameleon finds stars. That's right, I play Zygo Coiltail. He is a Circle of Stars druid. And he's blind as hell, gang. Blind as hell.
Of all the things to hit twice.
And you always do it. You never
Gotta
hit
double down,
stars
yes.
twice. You
No.
never hit stars twice.
There's two eyes.
What do I say? He's stars as hell? No, come on. Get it together.
God. Dylan McCullum, say hey.
Hey everyone, I'm Dylan McCullum. I play fan favorite Nesbitt Bisbee. He is a swarm keeper, anteater, ranger, and it falls to me every time to explain the best or worst part of our campaign setting. Because animals be people, bugs be animals. So, just, if you're into it, get ready. Get ready for what is essentially the worst kind of ASMR.
Yum,
as
yum,
those
yum.
bugs just kind of lull you to sleep with their little
They sound
tip-tapping
crunchy
toes
juicy. No,
right
thank
into
you.
your ears. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Have some fun.
We are missing Jackie Emerson tonight, who has fallen ill. Unfortunately, we wish her the best. Hope she feels better soon. But in the meantime, things must get resolved. We must figure out what our party is about to do, as we are just gonna crash right back down. I think we're just gonna hop right in, gang. No need to beat around the bush here. On the shores. But just getting back in the swing of things. The wind whipping at the now clear open sky. The storm has dispersed from this place. The rains have stopped, but in its place, rather than gray storm clouds, we see black smoke gathering above Port Sow as we hear, in a sort of chant, far beyond the walls, hundreds of voices, maybe thousands, yelling, "Turn your gaze skyward," as fireworks are shot against the black smoke above the burning capital of Emporia. It would seem that our pamphlets were quite successful in tandem with the events of the city, having attached to some kind of already existing unrest. Things have gotten out of hand, and there are riots in Port Sow's main town. Which, and in terms of the damage to the trough, it feels like the people out in the trough are not rioting, and are in fact just reveling in their fortune that the weather has finally relented. And there are people who were, as you guys are sort of on the beach, you're not getting a view of this, but we're seeing this as we, pan down to all of you. People who were trying to clean the sewage off the streets suddenly begin to retreat back into their doors as beetles bearing blackjacks atop them storm through the streets, yelling at everybody to get back inside their homes and that a curfew has been put into place. We slam back down on the beach with our party, who has just reunited, Zaza crawling out of the surf, as we find the deceased Henry Vandergelder lying against Captain Marin's abandoned seaside hut, his arm outstretched, as if reaching in front of him, now slumped limp in the sand. I'm just gonna slam to right to you guys. Is there anything we do or say to each other? Zaza has been reunited with the party for the first time in a very long time, a couple of days actually at this point. What is the vibe here?
So Zaza came in kind of like after we had had our moments together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nesbit is just going to kind of run straight for Zaza, kind of go straight in for a hug. Just, "Oh, Zaza, you're all right. What happened here?"
It was Boris. When I left, Henry was here, and I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought he would run.
You let this happen to him?
I didn't. I attacked Boris, and Boris took me up in a net and all the way to I don't even know where they're doing experiments on people. And I came back. When I came back, I'm seeing this now with you guys. I tried to fight Boris.
They're doing experiments on people?
That was kind of the...
That was the vibe, I think. I don't think we ever got a look in there, but...
Yeah.
Somewhere off the coast. That's interesting. We, and she points to the sky. We stopped it. We stopped the rain. And I think our flyers worked. But we lost
can
Henry.
everybody make a quick perception check for me? This is going to be audio based, hearing based.
Oh.
Anybody
23.
Oh yeah, 23. Anybody else?
28.
Beautiful. Okay.
11.
11. And what
Yeah.
about you, Akana?
Oh, 12. Fully
Okay.
good.
So Zaza and Akana are kind of in Zaza's mentioned this tower. Akana is drawn to that, starts thinking about what that could be. And then all of a sudden, Zygo, your ears prick up, and Nesbit, yours quickly after. There's a subtle whine coming from around the coast, around the bend. And then as you flick over, Zygo points where exactly he's hearing it, and Nesbit, you spot riding mosquitoes in a flying V on the way. With a 23, you see sigils on the mosquitoes, like almost like riding saddles. Go ahead and make a quick history check for me with advantage.
Oh. Okay. History?
Mm-hmm.
17.
Those are Tinder sigils.
Bonnie Tinder.
Who we saved and then ran away from us.
That's right. And they are approaching.
Us or the city?
Around the bend, they are coming to your section of beach.
Tinder. Riders, Tinder family?
Well, they can't want to hurt us, right? Like we helped it.
Is Henry's body still out there?
Henry's body is still lying in the sand, that's right.
I've cleaned it.
Zygo is right next to him. He doesn't move.
Do we just let them see his body like this?
There's no shame in death.
They are going to be here in about 2 minutes.
There's no permanence in death either.
I don't think we have time for any of this. Can we get Henry to the ship?
Zaza will pick him up and take him.
Grab him.
Yeah.
You all gonna start heading over to the ship?
No. I'm staying on the beach.
Yeah, Nesbit, if it's Bonnie Tinder, Nesbit is, probably resolved to go see what those riders are.
Okay.
I'll go with Zaza to the boat, just...
Roger that.
Just to have
You
another
two
body.
head off towards the
And I'm
boat,
guessing with
Joey
Joey
and
and-
Sven in tow.
Yeah.
All four of you head out. Nesbit and Zygo await the riders on the shore. Akana and Zaza, what do you do as you get onto the boat with Henry? You get there you get onto the boat like 20 seconds before the riders are about to get here. You can stay on the front deck and be able to
Who's
see what's
on the
going on.
boat?
Nobody's on the boat.
Nobody? Not even like Tick or Talk or any of the...
Nobody's on the boat. Tick and Talk were not staying on the boat. They were staying in town.
Right.
They were all staying off the boat specifically.
We'd
Dear
like done that
God.
on purpose.
Zaza, maybe let's put him in the forest and ask them to take care of Henry
Okay.
until we
Good
can
idea.
come back.
Can both of you guys make a quick investigation check as you lay Henry's body down?
No. Scary.
Oh, nice. 9.
Fine.
7.
Okay.
Neither of
Um,
us are good at investigating.
You lay Henry's body down somewhere. Anywhere?
Oh, in the
particular?
forest. We want
In
to
the forest. You lay his body down in the forest. You've gone inside. Are you staying inside, or are you gonna go back out on the front deck as soon as you deposit Henry inside?
As soon as we'll tell the trees to can you please watch over Henry until we're able to come back?
The illusory branches kind of just move down to cover him,
Okay.
and he's
Thank you.
hidden from view.
Okay. And then are we going to tell? Is the plan? We won't have the boat move yet, and I think Nesbit has to do that. Joey, Sven, you guys stay here to watch over the boat. Oh, I can't believe the 2 children. Okay, fine. And then
We've had them do
go back.
worse.
That's true. This is maybe the
This is the
tamest thing.
safest place for
This
them
is
to be,
great.
probably.
This is
Yeah.
the best thing we can do for these kids.
Yeah. And then
Um,
we'll head back outside.
Okay, and you head back out onto the boat. As you guys are on the beach, all of the mosquitoes rip around the boat, all banking around the shore. clearly there are smaller riders aboard them, and notably a couple of reptilians, like snake folk who are wrapped around the thorax of the mosquito, sort of like to secure themselves, with like arms still like grabbing reins in place as well. As the mosquitoes slam down into the sand, the first person to get off is a snake who only strikes you as familiar from the bronzed cap on his tooth. Moves forward. Bonnie Tinder requests a meeting.
With me?
With all of you.
Okay.
Will you come with us?
Now is not such a great
Insight
time.
check?
I do not know if you have noticed, but the city seems to be in quite a bit of peril.
You guys are able to see what's going on, but out on the boat, you are not going to be privy to what's actually being said.
Oh, are we not making our way back?
If you guys can come out on the thing, you do see, like, as you approach on the dock, a couple of the riders pull out blunderbusses and muskets and hold them to you and be like, "Hold on." They give you vibes like, "Not yet." Don't look outwardly aggressive, but they're like, it's like a hold on, you're not permitted to move yet.
Oh, God, you don't tell me what to do.
That's certainly
Gone so
your
long.
prerogative.
I'm in a we start busting heads kind of a move right now.
I'll roll an insight check.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Because this is happening like right around that time. Okay. Hiya! 16.
Okay. As soon as this guy hits the beach, you get the sense that he has... This is like, shit work. This is like a messenger boy detail. He's frustrated and kind of irritated that he's the one who has to do this. No aggression right now. Doesn't feel like a... it recontextualizes the guns that have come out on the back riders of the mosquitoes, that's like procedure. Secure perimeter. It's like almost like they're in like a much more well trained than your typical Bronze Fang gang members might be.
Okay. This is not the best time.
I've been authorized to make an appointment for you at a later date, but I've been told to tell you the meeting is urgent and to make time as soon as you can.
Where is Miss Tinder currently?
You'll find out if you come with us.
Of course, the issue being that if we need to put off for a moment.
He thinks for a second. He looks into his pocket, gives you an address for a place in Port Sal.
Send any messages there, we'll get it back to her. Assuming it's still standing.
Another huge explosion back far in the city goes off. It really sounds like one of those shells exploding. One of the iron shells. The walking automatons. That size of an explosion.
Okay. Okay. And you're sure it has to be all of us?
You can send a representative. The invitation was for all of you, but I was told to try to bring back at least you. Bisbee.
What do you think, Zygo? I don't know what's going on. I'm so turned around right now.
There is a a real possibility that whatever is happening in this city right now is in no small part due to us. If lives are lost on our account, it would be wrong of us not to try to intercede.
Right. No, I won't abandon them right now. We'll be there soon enough.
You're going back in there?
You are not?
Do you know what happened the last time Port Sao burned?
History check, do we?
Go ahead, make a history check.
What a nice history check.
16.
Okay, I'm not with not having spent a significant amount of time in Port Sao. Would you have it on a 16? How about you, Dylan?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, this would be relevant.
10.
Okay, never mind. He gives you like the short version. He goes,
Few pirates thought they had it in them to assassinate a politician. And when they did so, they got a little buck wild after it went off without a hitch. Started setting fire to shit, saying Emporia was theirs, asking the Queen to come out. And the Queen never came out, but the Royal Guard did. They put their heads on pikes on the path leading into the main gates, and the whole city was on lockdown for weeks. And I'm told it happened in 20 seconds. And something tells me that's not far off. You know about the Royal Guards, right?
go ahead and make another history check for me.
Me too?
Yes, you too.
Sorry, George, where you at? My internet went crazy for a
Oh,
second.
sorry. So, you know about the Royal Guards, right?
History check?
History check.
That one.
Great.
9.
You'll see. Do you have a time, or are you coming with us?
We will meet you, what time is it right now, George? Give or take? We got up almost at like the crack of dawn to get back through that tree, right? Or
I think we're. I think it's morning.
I think it's morning, yeah.
I think it's like, at this point, probably like, this is like sun is up, but it still feels early.
All right. We can meet you by sunset.
By sunset, where should we meet you to pick you up?
Y'all works as well as anywhere.
Here it is.
And everybody, the blunderbusses and muskets go away as the guards relinquish their perimeter. And they go tearing off along the coast. What do you all do?
Nesbit, do we trust them? I think they said this would buy us some time.
I don't care. I need to see her.
Understood. I am moving towards the city. I do not want to lose any other lives on my own account today.
Well, at least wait for. As like the other two are coming. Well, at least let's move as one.
Very well.
Zaza.
Yeah. George, would this be a
Yes.
check? This would be a check. I would like to roll a check to try to connect why specifically Boris would target Bonnie Tinder.
Okay. Sure. Let's lay out what we do know, because we did hear, Joey did overhear some interesting information that was like along the lines of that will put the Emerald Coast in line.
Right.
So it was clearly it was going to be it was two in one. It was a false flag operation to blame an uptick in magic users for the justification of the program itself, for an attack. And it was also, the attack was to assassinate Bonnie Tinder, who is the head of the Tinder family on the Emerald Coast. The Emerald Coast is basically like this walled-away bastion in the northeast corner of Emporia that has made special back deals with the Queen to kind of have their own autonomy and run their own little microeconomy the way they want to. They don't have a traditional governing system. They are basically completely unfettered capitalism. It's like all corporations, wars in the Emerald Coast are takeovers. So an assassination is extreme for them. They don't deal in assassinations, they deal in mergers, surprise mergers, hostile takeovers. Dueling is not a culture in the Emerald Coast. There's no blood in the streets, but there are poor in the streets. So it's not like a better place, it's just a different place. They are clearly in cahoots with the Queen to some degree, or some kind of there's some kind of economical thing they've worked out, especially because the Emerald Coast is so gem rich, which is why it gets its name. Go ahead and make an insight check for me. See what you get, just as you ponder this
17.
for a while. 17. So you think through a little bit of what it would mean if Bonnie Tinder was assassinated. The Emerald Coast would probably isolate a bit more. The Emerald Coast would not take kindly to that. They certainly have power, but it would certainly set a precedent that the Crown will still deal death to you, the most rich and most untouchable. And especially with this new weapon that we've just put on the street, will be at your door any fucking time. So in a way, it's like a precursor to a takeover of the Emerald Coast.
Okay.
In a more traditional sense of the word takeover.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Are we all stalking off towards the city to see what the damage is?
Wait, so what did they want, and why do we want to go into the city?
Well, the last thing that we did before we left was look to incite riot. It seems like there is riot. It would be wrong of us to not at least see what is happening.
Right, I think we can tell it's happening. I'm not saying not to get involved, but
If there are
I think-
innocents who are being hurt, it is on us.
I think we need to figure out our next steps. Because as of now, we were trying to leave, but where is Boris? Is he here?
I do not know.
Zaza would probably know that, right?
Where his what is?
Where Boris
Boris.
is.
I don't know. I don't think I would know that. Last I saw him, I was in a net.
And he was, you were approaching some kind of large tower. Like, he could be anywhere by now. He could have left. But the
Yeah.
last time you saw him, and the last time you guys also heard from him, he was
Projected
casting an
his image.
illusion to speak to you. So he's obviously not there. He also probably wouldn't face all of you guys alone, because he's not dumb. You know? So he's probably not coming for you right now while he can't bring an army with him.
No. Yeah. Am I able to point?
Yeah,
in the
you can say,
general-
you can just say, I relay that.
Yeah, in the general direction of where it is. Do I
Yep,
know?
you just point out to sea. It was straight out. Yeah.
And also, he had a look of fear in his eyes. So I don't
Gotta
think he'll
admit
be. Yeah. He'll be coming anytime soon without reinforcements.
Well,
So should we go towards Briny and have the boat meet us over on that side?
you can do whatever you want. I am going to the city.
Well, yes, we'd have to go through the city to get to Briny.
Would we, George, from here?
You could go around the shoreline on the boat if you wanted to not go into the city. You could also go along the trough and not pass through the city to get to the other side and just go around the outskirts. Sounds like Zygo is suggesting to go into Port Sao.
Right, into the ring, like the inner ring.
Into the is that what you're suggesting?
If
Gabe?
that's where the explosions are happening, that's what I'm suggesting.
That is where the brunt of the action is yes, inside.
That's what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, so options we have in front of us. We have into the city, into the chaos, into the burning Port Sao. We have meeting Briny in the pre-described location. We have meeting with Bonnie Tinder. We have a beach meeting here at sunset, but you also have an address to pass a message on. Of those three, we also have communicating with Belsantium to some degree, because you have completed what you set out to do. I guess that's part of Briny, would be like the next step there, because that is the last piece. Reshka
and Marin,
is supposedly...
right? Didn't Marin want to talk
Captain
to
Marin
us?
is nowhere to be found.
Did the owl say to talk?
Zaza, do you know where Marin is?
Last time I saw her, she was here with Henry. She was fighting Boris with us.
So was... I'll give this to Zaza as well. So was Curly.
Oh yeah. I feel like we should check Briny.
He's waiting for us. I also do, just so y'all know, I do have locate creature if we want to use a 4th level spell. Like, I could use a 4th level spell slot and just have it
There's
up for
Range
Captain
on,
Marin, because it's for, I don't know how long it is. It's for an hour, I think. Or for Curly.
Do you guys want to,
I don't
like, kind
know.
of have this conversation back on the boat, making a plan sort of off the open shoreline?
No.
Zygo does.
Yeah,
Unless someone is physically restraining
are
him,
moving?
Zygo is heading towards the city.
Nesbit is moving towards
Okay.
the chaos as well.
We could be walking and talking, because I
Like,
know
yeah,
we have a
Nes-
lot of, like,
Let's put you
details and
guys.
pieces and
Let's
stuff.
have this conversation be taking place as we move up the sandy dunes along that long pathway that leads back up into the trough where the entrance to. If you keep moving along the wall here, you'll eventually come to the entrance. As you do so, the galloping of running beetles slamming through the muck and slime still covering the streets as blackjack patrols pass by. Are we going open warfare, or are we going stealth? How are we moving through the city, Zygo? You're moving on point, so we'll take your lead, I think.
If someone is going to stop us while the city is blowing up because we're walking with purpose, I'll then let them try.
So
I'm happy to keep
nonchalant,
going.
moving straight forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else determined Pat moving forward? Did anybody else want to branch off from that, or are we sticking around Zygo?
Thinking with Zygo.
Okay. I'm going to roll a check right now. Just a luck check. A patrol stops by you, blackjack eyes. All of the guards look down at you, leering at you as they pass. They start to slow down, and their captain, "Come on, West Quadrant!" And they all keep moving past, ignoring as you all walk through the streets. You move around to the entrance of the wall. There are a battalion of blackjacks is clogging the entrance in, and they appear to be getting like a pep talk from their commander, this tall giraffe with a feathered hat. And we will rout them, the scoundrels, thinking they can destroy our precious infrastructure. Make sure you round them up for further questioning. We might be able to root this cancer out from the source. Onward! And half of them run back into the city. The rest of you, keep this perimeter tight. I want no one past.
Excuse me, sir.
Everybody, 20 plus 1 heads turn to you.
I'm a cleric of Sol. I was told that there was injuries, people hurt inside the city.
Present your badge.
I have my ring and my papers.
Ah, yes, of course. And who are your consorts?
Master, it is not good for a blind cleric to walk alone.
Surely a blind cleric does not need 3 seeing eyes.
I walk with God, but many people try to stop my path.
Roll a... This can be pretty much any charisma check you want.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It could be deception or persuasion.
I'm equally bad at both of them.
Okay.
What
Here we
if-
go.
Can we help him in any way?
Your presence can give you advantage. Yeah,
Thank
you are all
God.
taking help actions by
You're-
being there.
That was a nat 1,
Yeah, it felt like one.
Goodness.
Felt like
and
it.
that is a 10.
Okay.
Better
I'm
than a
afraid we'll
botch.
need to see
Better
all
enough.
of your papers if you're to pass.
I mean, we do have our papers.
You all present your papers?
Yeah,
we
we
all
Civilians
have
are
fake
not
papers.
permitted into the city. Take one for your seeing eye. We shall permit just a single guide for you. Nobody is to go into the city, but if you have been commanded, we shall allow you the bare minimum.
I pointed Zaza.
Very good. Off with you, the rest of you two, about your business. No need for law-abiding citizens to get caught up in all this ruckus.
Close. Are there any areas that we should avoid that are particularly dangerous right now?
Of course, stay out of the main quadrant. In fact, I would recommend you take a long vacation from Port Sao. I think that things are about to get quite final within.
What do you mean by final?
No need to worry about it. Have a good one, and as always, long live the Queen. Ever may she reign.
Long may she reign. And
Where
oh, go ahead.
where should I be headed? What seems to have caused this ruckus?
I thought you said you had orders. You were not
To
given a
help.
location?
Two elves are also in need, but I was pulled from the streets.
I am not your commanding officer. Use your best judgment.
Very well. If you will come with me.
Zaza and Zygo are allowed past. They reform their line as Nesbit and Akana are left kind of out in the wind for a moment. Nesbit, don't forget that you can still command the boat to meet you wherever you would like it to telepathically.
Oh, I know.
So Joey and Sven are still just chilling on the boat with Henry's body. Let's go ahead and go to 1, 2. It's hilarious. Come on. Akana and Nesbit. What do you guys do as you are left outside?
I guess I'm gonna start making my way away from the gate and any blackjacks.
Yeah, you guys start moving away from this pod of guys a little further into the streets of the trough. Got it? Out of sight.
Are you... Have you ever seen Zygo like that? I've never seen him like that.
No. No, he's angry.
No.
But not in a angry at Joey kind of way. Fury. I am worried, and I don't think that he's wrong. I think that we are responsible in some ways for the people of the city, but I fear blood will be spilled by his hands this day.
People can make really dumb decisions when they're angry. I really hope he doesn't.
It is not lost on me that he did not choose you or me to go with him.
Yeah. I know.
And as much as I love Zaza, Zaza really never says no.
Very much a yes man. Yeah.
What,
Do we try to follow or?
Well, I would like to, but I don't want to leave you. Unless you think that getting to Briny is still a good idea.
Well, we do need to find him because he's just waiting for us. But I don't. Zygo's more likely to listen to you than he is to me, I think.
And also, you can fly.
And I can fly. But it's daytime and it would be incredibly visible. There's so much security, there's no way they'd just let that go unnoticed.
What's our call? Where are we heading?
How about... I feel like I can't leave him. I never have, but you can do this.
You have a way to get in unseen and fine, right?
Yes. You can get to the boat with Sven and Joey, and I can command you around to the other side. You can find
Okay.
Bryony, and then when you're done, make your way back in. If you're okay with that.
It works.
I
On my way there, I'm going to swing by where those were printed and just give him a heads up.
Okay. Be safe. Can I look around? Are we like alone? Like, is anyone around us?
You have found a relatively abandoned alley to have this conversation in.
Okay, I'm going to cast.
Fully abandoned. Sorry.
I'm going to be like, all right. I'll just like mentally commit, just mentally let the boat know, like, Akana's coming. You know Akana very well. Once Akana gets there, stick to the shallows, go around to the other side. You were so good in the fight. I love you. And then I will cast Gaseous Form on myself, and just as a cloud, just kind of waft into the city.
I love you.
Yes.
And gas gets blown away by the stiff morning breeze of this oceanside exterior of Port South, cutting back within. I need to do just a quick little sound swap. Okay. We cut to within the thick black smoke that is wisping off into the air as many buildings around Port Sao burn. Citizens running through the street holding their valuables as looters begin to crash through. You specifically see like a matching band of pirates all like, oh, it's the best thing to happen to us in weeks! Smashing into stores as blackjacks pursue them. They're holding bags of coins. Right, like the bank explodes open. A bunch of people run out with coins. A bunch of blackjacks are hurting much more like innocent-looking civilians, covered in soot, clutching their children, yelling at them, forcing them into circles with muskets to keep people like cordoned off and then held under musket fire, and some scimitars have been drawn. And in various places, people with bandanas that are black and speckled with white paint will clash with blackjack battalions, whether or not they're just dropping a smoke bomb to disorient them, or whether they are actually pulling weaponry and fending off the soldiers, and again calling out to the rest of the huddled masses, "Run, we'll hold them off!" Before even still blackjacks are firing down as these Stargazers fall. One such instance happens directly as Zygo pulls around the side. A group of the elderly begin to just move past you, sort of quickly moved by other younger, more able-bodied folk, trying to keep them moving along the streets. A couple of Stargazers with the black bandanas and the white spots are holding off 10 advancing blackjacks as the front man falls as the shot rings out in the tension. The other Stargazers pull back, and then the other
blackjacks start to raise their muskets in with an intent to fire. What is Zygo and Zaza? You round the corner as this happens, just finally finding a corner of the street that's not getting mobbed, and you see this in front of you.
How many blackjacks you said?
10. 3 Stargazers after the 4th has fallen.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to subtle spell, burn a sorcery point, cast summon Draconic Spirit.
Summon Draconic Spirit.
And just have a giant void butterfly come bursting out of the sky from nowhere with no apparent magic being cast to just land down amongst them.
Insane. Above in the sky where the summoning spell originates from, all of you hear a sort of ethereal scream. And screaming down from the sky, a butterfly made of starlight and darkness. All of a sudden, slams down in front of the blackjacks and does that screech. All of the Stargazers. It can't be! What's happening? Did you do that, Earl? I didn't do that! And all of them are backing away from the butterfly that seems to defend them in place. I'm just gonna roll a quick morale check. Natural 20, gotta be honest. The blackjacks resolve. All point muskets towards. Roll a quick initiative roll for me, and then Zaza, do you do anything in this moment?
You're muted, baby.
You're muted, dog.
I don't know. What the hell? I didn't know.
Standing by and like being and readying something is totally as fine as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand like, kind of like if at a moment's notice I could jump in front of Zygo. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're gonna defend Zygo. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, you just huddle around Zygo and play bodyguard. As that happens, what was your initiative roll, Zygo?
27.
Okay, go ahead and make the butterflies attack.
Great. Hold on one second. It has a breath weapon. So it's
Yeah, I
gonna
figured
use
it did.
that on all of them. They need to make a it is a 30-foot cone. And they need to make a dexterity save DC 18.
Great. Is there half damage if they fail?
Half on a fail. Half on a success.
Describe it.
To all of them. It is radiant energy. Just a wash of light that pours forth from this as if by starlight. And like, I mean, scorched earth. Like, there are not bodies.
Blackened cobblestone as ash floats off into the sky. All the Stargazers open-mouthed in sort of awe and sort of horror. I'm gonna make another check now.
Harry.
2 of the Stargazers run. Immediately just like get the fuck out. 1 of them stays. Gabe, I have one question for you.
Yep.
This Stargazer puts his hand forward and like goes to touch the butterfly. What does it do back to him?
Bows its head. He can get on it if he wants.
Great. Can you tell me what animal this guy is?
Yeah. This is a jackrabbit.
Great. Jackrabbit, and can you give me 2 interesting things about this guy, physically?
Yeah, 100%. His right ear has a scar, like a bit of a chip out of the side of it, as if it's been cut. And his front teeth are longer than you would expect them to be. Just makes him look a little sort of dopey in a way that would preclude him from maybe ever being like the guy in charge of anything.
Great.
Do you have any allergies?
Probably.
As that happens, you hear a just like down the street as like a horn blares and stomping down the street in the wake of the ruined, like the as you say, scorched earth that was left behind as the ashes part with lit red eyes. One of the iron shell units begins to approach.
Is this guy on? Has the jackrabbit climbed onto the butterfly at this point?
He has not, but would the butterfly like to bend down to insinuate that?
100%.
Okay. Are you sure? I have your permission?
I think I can mentally communicate with this thing. I want to make sure I'm not saying that wrong.
This commoner just got some class levels. Da, 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 da.
He's a warlock of Zygo.
I cannot. I cannot.
I'm more thinking like
Paladin
fighter.
of the sister.
Some fighter, a little bit of
I
fighter. in him.
cannot communicate telepathically with.
Okay, but he
with the thing.
insinuates that
But-
from the still motion, and he climbs on the back of it.
Amazing. I will run up to him and the thing if I can. Pet it.
You want to get out of here? You. Oh my. Hawk.
Find anyone else who you can who seems to be in danger. Get them out of the city. Look to the skies. We will find you.
Of course.
And I'll like slap it on its butt.
And with a big flap and another screech, it is gone up into the sky.
Fly low, because if I lose concentration, you're gonna drop. So fly
Oh,
low.
yeah.
Okay, it flies low. It was very high, and then
Yeah. Great.
flies low, like 10 feet above the ground. That guy's still like holding off. He's let me see if he's getting the hang of it. He is not getting the hang of it. He is down the whole thing, just barely hanging on. His legs are dangling off. It's a very funny moment in the tense eyes of Zaza and the focused demeanor of Zygo as they stare at the iron shell. Approaching now only about 100 feet away, it settles into place. And there is a moment of
Hear it,
tension.
can't see it if it's 100 feet away.
Okay. So you are technically blinded in regards to this thing.
That's perfect.
In this moment, I would like to go to Nesbit. Gas. Make a...
Gas.
How would you try to locate Zygo?
I
Wouldn't the
mean,
butterfly be a huge
I was gonna
giveaway?
say,
Go ahead and make a
until
perception
that
check.
happened, but I
So
think
you're like high and surveying, and then that happened. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Good. Nat 20.
Okay. You see that happen, you hear screams, and then you see the ash of evaporated beings, as well as like a couple of blackjack hats that just got like blasted up into the air. And then you see butterfly down the street as this jackrabbit is holding on as best he can. You reform where,
Well, yeah, like so.
if at all?
Yeah. No, I would reform because I'm not like super fast like the other one. I'm slow. So I guess it depends on like. How do I see the shell?
As you
well.
move over, eventually you start to see the shell approaching down the street.
Okay, because I've dealt with these things before.
Yes.
Am I? How far away am I from the center? Like based on where
From
you
that
put me.
conflict?
Yeah.
That you guys are still kind of roughly in the not very far into the city. This is just like the first congregation center that you kind of hit. You're probably like 500 feet away.
Alright.
As the crow flies, which as the gas flies.
Yeah. I would. And just so if I'm remembering, ports. There's not like walls because it's in the center of the city, right? So there's not like a wall perimetering it.
No, you're like lots of. Right now it's rooftops.
Right.
And not usually higher than like 20 or 30 feet up.
Yeah. Nesbit is just going to. I think. Like find his way down to the ground and then get to around and then start making his way like 100 feet in.
Cool.
And then get to a rooftop where he's within about 300 feet away from the conflict.
Okay, so Nesbit just takes up a hidden sniper position unbeknownst to everyone.
Yeah, it's like I think he kind of doesn't even want Zygo to know where like he's there right now, you know. But he's seen this thing before. And this, like, just so I know, we're in this town square, where this thing, the shell that just came in, do we, like, is there anything around it, or is it, like, pretty much an empty...
Completely alone. It is walking on a now abandoned street up to you guys. It's like,
Okay.
that last rush of people was what was occupying this street. As that happened, the rest of the Blackjacks ran. They saw 10 of their homies get evaporated. Then, on the far side of the street, walking through like Iron Man, is this iron plate armored, glowing monster.
Right, okay.
Large size, it's like 10 feet tall.
Right.
Clearly, you know,
Okay.
the body in there is much smaller than the suit. Back on the street, Zygo and Zaza, what do you do as this thing begins to approach you two standing in the middle of the street?
Hey. I don't like it. What did we do last time?
It exploded last time.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
I do not think this is something that we can fight, and if I am correct, this is not the only one in the city.
well then...
Most likely we would be doing more damage than we would be doing it.
Should we go high?
Possibly. See if we can find anyone else in need, any other spellcasters or something. I hope that the butterfly in the sky will be a beacon to some people. It is exactly what we have told them to do.
Okay, can we look around, or can Zaza look around to see if there's anyone, like, help or, like, root towards?
The street's abandoned. You can make another perception check for me to verify what's going on.
Can I also, George, I don't know if this is history, arcana, whatever. Because I didn't directly deal with this thing last time. But do I think it is run by magic, by mechanism, by
This
some
being out of
combination?
your field of vision for blind sight,
don't.
I think I
It would
can't
be-
really even have you do a correct analysis yet. But
Fair enough.
Well, I rolled a 13.
13. Nobody except this thing stands before you in the middle of the street. It resumes its pace forward.
Fuck.
Moves 30 feet closer to you, now within 70 feet. Zygo, is that within your sight line?
No, I only have 30 without.
Okay. Do you do anything in response to that movement forward?
Either of us.
Either of you.
Okay, if you don't want to fight it, then we should go.
Can you carry me?
Yes, absolutely. Put them on. Or carry them. Like,
As
Fire
soon
away.
as that movement takes place, this thing moves into a run.
okay, but the Zaza runs too.
But Zaza runs too, and you vastly outstrip this thing. This thing, and you just road runner the fuck out of there. Nesbit, you watch, you feel the tension of battle, and then you see Zygo hop into Zaza's arms, and Zaza runs away.
Did it look like it was running directly at them, only them?
At them.
Or, okay, so it didn't look like it was running towards anything in specifically at the city.
No, it looked like it was running for them.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Make an either an
Okay.
insight check or an arcana check for me.
Okay, we'll do.
That's interesting.
That's good to know. Yeah, I should have asked for that. But that is a 21.
They're clearly focused on something, and they can clearly see whatever that it is that they're supposed to be focused on from far away, and you get the good sense. Did you make an arcana check or an insight check?
Insight.
There is a good chance that there is something unique about the targets it chooses. That might be determined by a special kind of vision that this thing has.
Okay. Okay. So, gotcha. Understood.
So, does Nesbit do anything, or does Nesbit retreat as the iron shell does not notice you by any stretch?
Nesbit's
They're
gonna...
just
Yeah. Good.
I was gonna say if it is running right at us and like following us, and Zaza can report that, could Zygo make a similar check on this thing?
yes. Go ahead. Arcana.
Arcana 26.
You can feel. You like look into this thing's eyes, recognize the shade it has turned, and you like know a mage is using detect magic within that helm,
Great.
and clearly out to whatever distance you were at.
Great. Okay.
But you are outstripping it vastly. Do you get the hell away from it completely?
About how much distance would you say is between us and it?
I would say, as you round the corner and it continues to chase you, it's about 110 feet away.
That's perfect. Zygo is going. If it locks in on mages, then this is not a problem if I cast in the open. Zygo is going to reach out his hand from where he hears the sound coming from and cast Dispel Magic
Like over Zaza.
over Zaza's shoulder, 120 foot range.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you cast Dispel Magic. You see the eyes behind the helm go just darken immediately, and it like stops in place. It starts slamming on its own head. It starts peeling the top of the helm off. Very far in the distance, you hear some kind of muffled screeching, and then the helm comes off the iron shell, and it evaporates the block it was on.
Oh. Whoa.
This is good.
Everything around this explosion just a circular hole where this used to be. No passers-by, as the iron golem was chasing all of you. But the damage to the structures around, devastating, irreparable. And the iron shell being that was chasing you is no longer there.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Fucked up.
I mean, good to know.
Good to know. That was maybe the best case scenario for that.
To know.
Nesbit
Jesus.
will,
Okay.
Nesbit will try to, like, keep pace with them, like, as, like, a guardian angel, but, like, from where he is, I know he's not too high up right now, but just, can I just, like, do a general sweep of if I see any more of these things around the city?
Do a perception check, sure.
Sure, okay. $23.
You start to see moments of activity as you kind of like widen your perspective, and you notice on a 23, you calmly point out 12 other locations where it looks like massive activity is taking place. booms are resounding from them.
So, okay. The second that Nesbit sees, like, 12, he starts running towards Zygo.
Got it.
Like, the second he sees how many things, he's just like, okay, and starts like, running towards.
On your way, Nesbit, because you're being, like, roll a quick stealth check for me as you're running through the streets.
Stealth?
Uh-huh.
God, you'd think I'd remember. 21.
Insane. And what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 18.
As you're running through the street down an alleyway, you hear two guards talking huddled in an alley as one of them is bandaging an arm, just like past a drainage ditch. And it's like a captain, clearly, very high-ranking official with, like, you know, big feathered hat again. I don't even think we need to send out the guards this time. Those new shells really did prove themselves, didn't they? And that his arm continues to get sewed up.
We haven't even encountered the bad thing yet.
The Royal Guard is not the Iron Shell.
Hasn't even been a thing.
Okay, yeah, making my way.
Make your way. All of you bust out. You get out. Even are you guys just going out the entrance you came?
I don't know if I would want to try to. I said for the butterfly to pick up anyone else in the city, but like, there's no guarantee they can get to everyone. I would try to get to more areas if I can. Not knowing that there's 12, Zygo would be trying to get to more areas of commotion and try to.
Nesbit knowing where you guys are and tracing you. Zaza is vastly outstripping you. Zaza, when do you stop running?
I guess when the explosion happened, I stopped and I turned and looked.
Uh-huh.
Like what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were running from.
Yeah.
So where do you end up, do you think? Sorry. I just lost track of that because you cut out on the internet. My bad.
That I was just running away with him in my arms, but then when the explosion happened, I stopped and I turned and looked.
Okay, so that gives Nesbit a little bit of time to grab pursuit, join you guys on the street. Blackjacks are ignoring you largely and going because you guys are moving through, but a couple of random smoke bombs hit the street as out of a window a Stargazer throws a smoke bomb. Your butterfly overhead, you look, get like a telepathic communication from it that lets you know that there are 3 aboard.
Okay.
Okay. You all rejoin each other. We're going to, as you all get up and look at the devastation created by this bomb, we're going to cut away from all of this. Akana.
Yeah.
You said you were walking to the pamphlet guy's place, right?
Upon further thinking about it, this guy has been making saucy pamphlets in the city for longer than today, so he probably has things in place to protect himself. He does not need me, and so I will go back to the boat.
Got it. You head back to the boat.
Okay.
As soon as you get above the boat, Joey and Sven are fine. They are inside sitting with Henry. The trees have kind of sheltered them and created sort of like a place for them to sleep. Sure enough, as they're sleeping, you just get like a little moment of as you are on the boat and staring at the sleeping Sven and Joey in this moment of quiet.
Hard pivot. Oh.
It is sort of a hard pivot. It hits you that they're children. You're looking at Joey with fresh eyes. Or should I say old eyes. As all the context of your relationship has been shocked back into your system. These are your kids. You are the mother, but you are also their mother. Even if, whether you want to, when want it or not, it's how they look at you. It's how Sven looks at you. you reflect back a little bit on how Sven interacts with everybody. You kind of see the odd framework of a family, but not in the way that you remember it from your divine past. Not fathers and not brothers and sisters, but uncles and aunts and cousins and friends. More disconnected, but brought together. And they certainly get along better than your family. That one. Anyway. You close the door on the illusory forest to them, looking out onto the waves as you see a waving chihuahua from the shore with a massive cart.
Hey, George, really quick.
Uh-huh.
Before we get to Bryony, is there any way that, like, while I'm in the forest and just feeling the connection with that, with Henry there, is there any way for me to, like, meditate and try to talk to Henry? Just on the motherly level? I don't know if that would be possible.
How would you do? Would you just sit down and just describe what you do for me?
So next to Henry's body, Akano will take a seat, and just put one hand on his chest that she's cleaned. And in the other hand, she will reach out and hold the dried flower that she got, which was her first sign from the mother. And she'll just kind of use the rocking of the boat to maybe go into a little bit of a meditative state as we're traveling to the other side of Port South.
Go ahead and make a religion check for me. With advantage.
Thank you. 28.
Your eyes close. All at once, you are no longer here, so to speak. You're in sort of a blur of colors. Like just blurry green, blurry blue, almost like you're outside, but all the lens is unfocused, except for yourself. You can see yourself pretty clearly, and you can see Henry pretty clearly. Henry is sitting on a mountainside. There is a sort of shimmering figure next to him, sitting at his side. And you recognize it as the remainder of the Mother's spirit on the divine plane.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the rest of you say, "Would you like to talk to your friends back home?" "I would like that very much, of course." And then your shimmering form looks back to you and gestures forward. "Come sit down."
Hi, Henry.
I don't know what to say. How are you here? Well, I suppose you haven't changed.
I'm on the boat right now, and I'm with you all.
I'd say the strangest thing. I ought to be surprised, shocked, and yet it feels as though I've always known it.
Well, and with our group, you never know what's going to happen.
Too right that.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It
We
is.
shall look out on the...
Strange place this, and in between, still feel there is more elsewhere.
Mhm.
But this is a delightful place to wait. And I shall wait
Yeah.
for all of you.
think Zygo is. We were all very upset, but I think he might have a way to try to bring you back. But we would want to check with you first. We want to respect if that's something you don't want.
To bring me back. That's not something I'd considered could happen twice. I thought that your
It wouldn't be in the
capabilities were
same-
restricted to...
It wouldn't be in the same body as is my understanding of it.
What?
I know. It's not on my end. We were too late.
Wait,
for
what
me
sort
to-
of body? Hold on.
What? Well, I'm not. So
Like
it's
in
not
a hermit
my.
crab? Or...
No, like a different figure. It's not my magic. It would be Zygo, so I don't really understand the like the final product, other than your this would come back, but your outside might look a bit different. Is that right, Gabe? You have explained it to me before.
Fucking nailed it.
but-
No, that's exactly right.
Okay, great.
It's an interesting question, but... This may be strange, but I feel as though I'm supposed to be here.
I get it.
It feels as though I'm meant to receive you. What do you think I should do? I don't know.
I want you to do whatever will make you feel most fulfilled and most happy.
You're the one who saved me from that island. I wouldn't have any choices to make if it weren't for you. I wouldn't know any of this. This would all be... Well, I suppose I would know everything, as I do now.
I helped save you so you could continue to make your own choices and be the light that you are.
So I should go back?
No, you do whatever you want. If you say you feel like you should receive us, then I can think of no better person to take up that mantle than yourself.
I think I'd like to wait here.
She'll reach
But
out and hold his hand.
Ever since I've perished on that boat, those days, weeks ago, and came back, it felt as though I've had one foot in, one foot out, so to speak. I didn't want to leave. It's so peaceful here. But I was there and tried to find purpose in silly things like all of that nonsense with destruction being a better course. Foolishness, now that I can reflect back on it. Do watch after Joey, would you? I think she might be... I don't know, just keep an eye on her.
I will. And going forward now, you can be here and know that you are where you are supposed to be. You chose it. And it's a wonderful thing.
Akana,
Yes.
the mother in this moment does give you a little bit more insight into this
Okay.
place.
Okay.
This is not something Kano or even Akana would really be privy to without being told.
Mm-hmm.
But in your ear, you hear an ethereal whisper sort of granting you some private information. Something you should remember. This is but a waiting ground. And when you're all ready to move on to what's next, you can make that decision together. And you suddenly see, like, beyond the horizon, far, far away, there's just like the faintest shimmering of a boundary. Everyone must take their last sail at some point, whether it's in a year, or 10, or 1,000, or 1,000,000. The boundary exists, and so does what lies beyond.
Can we go back and forth between here and the boundary?
We can only exist in our truest form here. Outside is unknowable. It's non-existence. But even non-existence to divines like us is just an unknowable next thing.
Okay. And she'll turn her focus back to Henry. Well, we'll make it here at some point. And if you'd like to wait for us.
I would like that very much.
Henry, is there anything in particular you'd like us to do with your body to help you feel more at peace here? Or any family you'd like us to write to?
Could you do me a favor and take my body inland and bury me there?
I think we can figure out a way to do that, yes. Any place? Just on the land?
I never felt particularly connected to any part of Emporia, just somewhere quiet.
Okay.
I'll see you soon. Hopefully not too soon.
Hopefully not too soon. And she'll bring him in for a hug.
Oh. I meant to tell you. And this is clearly a moment where Henry's struggling to remember something from what happened during his death.
Yes.
The captain, Marin, and Curly, they made it out. I did everything I could, and
You always did.
thank you, it was enough, I think.
Do you remember where they went?
Just inland. Didn't see a direction, I was too busy, taking the journey here.
Yes. So me getting a bit greedy there.
It's grim, but it's dark, but it's so nice here, so I don't feel so bad about it.
I've got some good friends here. I'm sure you might as well. You can take a look around.
I actually do. In fact, tonight's going to be a sort of game night, apparently. And
that's
Henry points down the hill, and there are like tons of other polar bears and other bears waiting down for him as tons of his family is waiting for him.
The Coca-Cola commercial.
I wasn't gonna
All
say
of
it.
them
Coca-Cola.
thumbs up with open beer
I
cans.
wasn't gonna say it.
Even some like wolverines and badgers are mixed in there, all on Henry's side of his family.
That's so
And
fun.
he gets up and kind of dusts his fur off. Well, if there's nothing else. Oh, all of the money. I hid it. So second floorboard. Inside, when you look down to your left, there's a loose board. Just pull that up. I left everything there. And what else? Oh, Tick and Talk. They're all
Right.
right as well. I dismissed those idiots when we were in town, and it looked like everything was going quite badly. I meant to tell you, now that I'm remembering, we were ambushed
You will.
at where we were sleeping. That was why I had to send them away. And that's why we came to you. Because when it made us know something was wrong and that we needed to come to your aid.
Okay. Probably Boris's people.
Oh, and Zaza was marvelous. You should have seen her.
Did she
Gave
eat
Boris
anything
one
yet?
until he. Oh my hog!
What?
Oh my God! Boris has Zaza.
Oh no, she escaped.
That's
She's good.
But I looked for her. She is not below. I can see. I can see anyone. I wish. I cannot see her.
You can't. Can you see her up here?
I cannot.
So she did get cursed with the mummy thing. Did you know about that?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you. I can't be bothered. And
That's
he gives you a big hug.
The best final Henry line of all. That's exactly how he should go out.
And then he walks back down the hill with a fond smile.
Epitaph. Henry.
Thank you,
Couldn't
Henry.
be bothered.
You are back with your hand on his body. Sit up.
Inland it is.
Sven and Joey are sitting outside on the ocean, like just with their legs kicked over the side. You walk out and see the boat is pulling into a harbor, basically like a natural harbor, just like a outcropping of rock with the road sort of next to it. There are a couple of like little dinghies that have been nailed into place on the shore, little fishing boats, but this is by no means any kind of official dock, and Bryony is on the shore waving to you. As you pull up, what do you do?
Hi.
Hello, Garth. Thank you so much for coming. I swear I thought I could have sworn that all those explosions going off, I got nervous and you weren't gonna come and I was just gonna be sitting down here by myself and I got a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Bonnie, we would never leave you here.
Right, I was overly prepared. You just wait there for a moment. Just don't step
Of course.
any closer for a second. Bryony walks back to the cart that he was on and just this big mechanical piece that was just on the front clinks off. All right, you can come closer. And as you approach, you see him laying down what looks like a gigantic steel turret with a gem in like a rotating turbine of some kind. Sorry, it was proximity triggered. I didn't want you. It would have been bad. So glad to see it. Where's everyone
That's
else?
fine. Okay, so we most of the group is still in the city. They went. We did it. We cleared the clouds. It stopped raining.
I saw. It's beautiful out here.
Right.
Haven't seen a sun in 3-4 weeks, a month and a half. Who knows?
So I think they're going to come meet us here, but they sent me to come get you, and then we might be meeting back on the other side of the beach. There's a lot happening and a lot of moving pieces, and
Right. Well, we're a bit out in the open here. How's about I take a little mosey on down the road? I'll shack up and I'll how should I identify where I'm staying?
do you not want to stay on the boat with?
Well, I can't surely carry all this on the boat. How am I even supposed to get this whole rig up there? I'll be here for all day.
He could, right? Wait, no. Like, oh, you mean you can't do it by yourself?
Well, I mean, even if you and I were to unload all this, it'd take hours. Do we have that kind of time?
I don't know why I checked my watch. What time is it now?
It's like still afternoon.
How long do you think it would take?
Like
I'm very strong.
You're asking me to ballpark?
Yes.
No breaks. And I mean no breaks.
Mm-hmm.
3-4 hours?
How long until sunset?
I don't know, I'll ballpark it. 7 hours?
6 hours? Something like that.
Screw it, let's do it.
Okay, Bryony. Do you know where we're going by any chance?
No, that's your accent. No.
Right. Okay, so what?
So then maybe we should just leave it here. I don't know. This is what I mean. There's so many moving pieces. I just don't want to have to leave you.
Yeah, I totally get it. We can spitball.
Do you feel, is it safe right now in this part of town?
No.
Okay.
My previous suggestion was I mosey on down the road there, take hiding in some sort of natural, outcropping, and then from there, what I can do is I can raise a blue flag or something. That sound good? Some kind of physical marker?
Like on the coast?
Yeah, or I
I
haven't really gotten a good look down what's down there. I'd have to see.
Okay, I could tell you what is so far. At sunset, over on the other side, we've got like a meeting. We were being picked up potentially and then going to someone's house.
Okay.
Talk to them about it.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take me and Mary Lou over here, and a big fat beetle farts. We're just gonna go head right down the street. I think I'm gonna spy you over here with my little eye. Takes out a spyglass. I'm gonna roll that bad perception check with advantage. Nope, can't see. I'm just gonna go give it a look. Try to find me along the path if you can. I'll try to hail you down.
Okay.
Go do whatever it is you gotta do. I'm sure it's important. And if you don't know where I'm headed, if you could somehow send me a message, send me some sort of location, I can always start heading there myself.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I can't do that.
I think you said something about somewhere outside of Brickton.
Yeah, we are going that way.
Well, I'll just head south then.
Yes.
All right, south it is, and I'll wait till I get to Brickton, and you can give me further directions. So just wait
That
for me
sounds
if you're good with cartography. Wait for me directly on the line, the longitudinal line, there, and I'll try to make sure I'm,
like somewhere off the road.
I don't have a map,
Nesbit,
so
and
I'm
Nesbit
just gonna be guessing.
Nesbit can send it. You don't have a map? Do we have? Can I look in the boat and? Can I look in the boat and see if there's a map somewhere?
Yeah, there's a map.
Great.
Oh,
okay,
cool.
I found a map.
Great.
Here you go. So you take this, head down the road.
That's a big one. Look at all. There's all the details.
Wait, let me see if I have a smaller one. She goes
What
back
are
to
these?
see if
Oh,
there's a
those are
smaller
the
travel size
mountains.
map.
Look at that.
Is there a smaller, more travel friendly map?
No, I like this one.
Okay.
This is great.
Perfect. That's fine.
And look, oh, if there's ports out, there's my shop. Look at it there.
Yeah, so what you're going to do, you're going to go out the road and like turn right. And then it's going to take you down south.
Okay, so how about I meet you right here?
Okay, that sounds a bit.
All right, perfect. Look at that. With a map, we're unstoppable. All right.
Gets on the course.
We'll see you down the road. And
Okay, bye.
With a map, we're on.
Trundles down the street. And on
What did I
that, we're
just
going to
do?
take a break. We'll be back in 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
I set upon the ship at dawn. I wouldn't dare be late. Abilities were checked to see if
Let's begin! Hey, hello! Hi, everybody. We are back once again. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for joining us if you're coming back. Sorry, pardon me, I'm dying. Hello, welcome from my abandoned basement. I am moving, and there's still nothing on the walls and nothing in the room, so it's real dark and stark in here. Where did we just leave off? We just left off with Akana departing Bryony's company along the outskirts of Emporia's shoreline, like about an hour south. Meanwhile, in the city streets, let's get our ambiance back and kicking. Sorry, pardon my incessant coughing. I don't know what that's about. What are you guys doing gathered in front of the wreckage, the orb-shaped hole in both earth and, like, especially like in the ground? There's also a massive downward crater that has been created in the center. It's not just like buildings have gone down and some cobblestone split. There is like missing underneath. Only an arcane explosion could work like that. There is like a dissolution of matter and an impacting of matter that is not expanding beyond a certain reach too cleanly. It's too clean a shape. But yet the damage is very real. Most of civilians have cleared out from where you guys are. There are a couple of Stargazers once in a while combating with the stray blackjack that runs on the smoke-covered street. Visibility is very low. Hard to tell who's friend or foe. Zygo, even your blind sight, it's tricky to like be discerning clothing types. Though whenever you hear a boot, you do twitch a little bit more carefully. What are the three of you doing as you when you meet up in the middle of the street here?
Well, I think, I'm running, sprinting towards them.
I'm still holding back.
There's 12 of them. There's 12.
What's these machines?
I think they're all over the city. I don't know what we can do here.
So many innocent people who are dying in these streets. Just to leave seems wrong.
Your butterfly slams down into the ground. Getting the hang of this. Getting down off on the cobblestone. You can leave if you must. We have it handled here. The rabbit snaps to the two other Stargazers who hop off. One of them is an alligator that is strapped with bombs. Just literally like bomb, 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 dynamite, 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 small throwable grenade, pistol, pistol, long arm, and then a very small mole that is in like a cloak with big sleeves, and is floating with a Stargazers behind.
That's a mage. There is something about the mages who are operating them. They can see magic, they can see mages. The machines that are patrolling the streets. If you can dispel the magic, they go haywire, they explode, but the damage is enormous. There can be no civilians anywhere near it.
That is good to know. All right. We'll isolate them and try and take it out that way. Thank you.
And this mole woman drops her levitation.
All right, spread the word.
No magic outward usage on the street. Put all items and any sort of artifacts in chests and keep them isolated. And then she just goes about talking to a couple of other Stargazers who have approached the side. You'll find that we're a bit more well-organized than you probably thought. We only needed a name. And he comes over and like just offers you his hand, Zygo.
Fuck yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Just a thought, and you can say no.
Of course.
Nesbit like looks back at like the crater. What if we took all the magic and put it in one place?
What do you have in mind?
Well,
Oh, Dylan.
I have learned to trap my entire life from hunting. And sometimes the best thing to do is to lay bait. And if we're trying to isolate them, that's one thing, but if we could get them all in one place, it would be devastating. But to one area. And all at once.
And how would we go about baiting them to that location?
Look to the sky. Zygo. I don't know how to spell, but you could write. We could... I don't know,
It's possible.
We could do something.
I could not be able to control both the butterfly and the writing, but we could sacrifice one for the other if you think that is the best way.
We could also lure them.
We could also just try to bring them to the same place.
But where?
Why not the Queen's doorstep?
That
Do we know what that would be anywhere close by?
That
George?
is in the center of the city, but all of these things are spread across the whole city. So it is the centermost point.
Briny's workshop is like not Briny. What's his face? The Doberman or whatever.
It's in the nicer district. It is
His
in the nicer
workshop,
district.
where
Yep.
these guys were originally made.
Yep. Well, sorry. Say that again. Were you asking if it's
I'm
there?
talking about Smith.
Yes. What are you asking about him?
His workshop, where these guys were like, where
Yes.
Joey first encountered one of them.
What
Is
about that workshop?
Is that within the city, or is that like
Yes,
a
it
ways
is
out?
within the city. It is within the nicest, like the Imperial district in the city. It's like there is the Blackjack headquarters, and then on like the far end of that is this workshop in like a very nice, fancy residential front end, with the back end being like this super special secret smithing area. But that's not like where the bulk of production takes place. That's just like where his experimental lab
Gotcha.
was.
All right, then.
And that's close to the center of the city. It's not quite the palace, but it is certainly a message center. If you have a better idea.
Steps of the Palace is. I mean, if the orders of mages come down from the palace itself, it certainly sends a message.
What say you, Stargazers? We're at your command.
My only concern, Nesbit, is the palace guard. If we bring something to their doorstep, we are involving forces that we do not know.
It's true. I hadn't thought of that.
And what say you?
Looking over to Zaza.
I think we should definitely get them all together and blow them up.
Palace? Wherever outside the city? It can be less daring. I don't mean to overstep. I defer, of course, to you.
No, I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't
think
introduced
really-
myself, it has struck me.
Yeah, who are you?
Huxley Farmer.
Huxley.
Pleasure to meet you.
Zaza.
Another big fancy 80s handshake. You see, even just in this moment, like his scorched jackrabbit face, he has tied his ears back in like a ponytail behind
yeah,
him to
yes.
like fit underneath
Oh.
the the bandana of the Stargazers, and you see he's got like one vicious new side scar, and he is wearing like an extra large white splotch on a dark piece of cloth on his jacket, just like a kind of like abstract white splotch on his left breast.
You let us know, and I will coordinate the best I can.
I said we take it to the front steps. Why not?
I think that's amazing.
Do it.
Right. Everyone, we're going to go pay the Queen a lunch visit. Turn your gaze skyward. And then everyone immediately puts their hands in the air. There's a cheer that goes up, and they all go spread the word. Do you all go after one of these iron shells? What's the split as you all talk, the three of you talk amongst yourselves?
If the plan is simply to draw them to the same place, perhaps divide and conquer. It is true that I do not know if Nesbit. I know Zaza cannot run them. Are you able to keep pace away from one of these creatures?
I believe so.
Right. I most likely cannot.
I'm totally fine with getting them all to one place.
You are going to shepherd them?
Just like running.
She
you know?
could.
Yeah.
I
Zaza
love this
could.
idea, Zaza.
Zaza could outrun all of
Zaza.
them.
Yeah.
Are you about
Like
to
a
embark
shepherd.
upon a solo skill challenge right now?
Yeah.
Zaza?
Well, she can carry Zygo too, right?
I think
Or is that-
I think what is best for me is Nesbit should go and tell Canna what's happening. It seems
Canna's just on the
there's
boat playing
if
cards.
this is what's happening, there's no way that Nesbit would not tell a Canna that we're doing this.
If Zaza
Okay.
can wrangle, Nesbit's getting a canna, Zygo would head towards the center of town to like
And,
find
like,
a
ready
perch
everybody?
by which he can start lighting stuff up. Yeah.
I also know Dispel Magic too, so I can be of aid.
Oh, yes, you do.
That
So
way.
Nesbit, are you just gassing?
I don't think there's a need to gas anymore.
Or are you just gonna book it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna book it.
Okay,
and,
you are
and,
just
and
gonna...
the second I come up
this
to any like resistance, I will like, if I come up against resistance, I can always make myself invisible, and then just like, because I have that and like Misty Step, so
Okay.
I'll just do that.
So go ahead and expend, I'm gonna roll a dice here. If you're just being fully non-aggressive as possible and like trying to fully escape, if you expend 2 uses of Misty Step, you are good. 2 first level spell slots, or second level spell slots. Is it second level? Second level.
Yeah, I have a use of it for free as well, so.
2 uses of Misty Steps plus your invisibilities gets you away from several encounters with blackjacks that you like round the corner, 8 people. Freeze! Don't move! Nesbit appears on a rooftop. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Shots everywhere. Nesbit, you like turn invisible while running on the rooftops, bamf up to a roof to jump up to a climbable part of the wall, and you were like fucking paraglide over, take a sail off the thing, rope. You are out into the city. Gabe, Zygo, you are traveling along. Huxley gets right next to you, and he starts just transporting you as fast as he can. We got to get to the center of the city. There are several guard patrols up ahead. I see one 200 feet. They are approaching us. Everyone down! Bunch of musket balls pass overhead. 1 Stargazer slammed in the chest, down on the ground,
Healing
unmoving.
word.
Keep moving forward!
Can I throw a healing word at him as he goes down?
As he goes down, there is suddenly as the musket ball pops out of his chest, and he takes a breath of air, and that Stargazer rises back up off the ground, twice as committed as he was before.
We do not lose another man today!
We fall, and then we rise. And they all keep moving forward. Okay, insane. What do you do with the, they are now approaching blackjacks, are 120 feet away from you. All of the Stargazers fire. 2 of the 8 blackjacks in front of you go down. The other 6 stay up.
We still got a breath weapon.
And they evaporate as it just looks like they're about to reload and fire again. The butterfly strafes in and takes care of business, clears the path to the center of the city. Okay. Zaza.
Za.
Describe to me how you do this.
Uh,
What does Zaza do? There's 12 locations Nesbit has kind of pointed out to you in the city.
yeah. I'm just gonna run them.
You gonna try to just kite them clockwise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is what you do when you have 60 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Zaza, make an athletics check. for me.
120.
All right. Let's do this.
Zaza gets down into a sprint.
An 11.
Got any luck dice?
No.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, that's right. I forget you fought 2 paladins
Yeah.
of the Father this morning.
This morning.
But my,
Okay.
yeah.
You start running through the streets. Lots of debris is hampering your path. You are having a hard time finding a clear path, and you kind of are carefully sidestepping all of the injured civilians, not risking it going over like the big fiery mounds. You're not moving fast enough to clear them. You are having a hard time. You come upon the first bit of commotion. A massive shell is smashing the side of a building, knocking brick apart. What do you do to get its attention?
What do I do to get its attention? I rage scream.
Okay, you scream to the sky. Roll an intimidation check.
Oh god. Okay.
Well, and she is magical. She has like the magic axe on her.
15.
15?
Yeah.
1 second, let me just check something.
Great.
Okay, on a 15, it like turns its head in the middle of smashing into the wall, notices you, and begins to give chase after you with a move speed of 60.
Yeah,
So
mine.
you're moving,
Yes.
you're moving 120 feet per round.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There's truly no chance any of these things can keep up with you. So that gets that thing's attention, and it begins to take off after you.
Okay.
However, you notice that as you start getting too far away from the thing, it loses interest and begins looking for other targets.
No. Run back
And you
a little.
realize you're going to have to stay within a certain distance of these things to keep their attention, which is going to hamper your ability to get away in some cases.
Let's see. Okay.
You move on to the second. This thing, you're just sort of waving your arms, getting this thing's attention as it does. Suddenly down the street, a carriage rolls into the street. Another iron shell having just thrown it into the street. You see perpendicular to you, another one looks at you. It is going to be in the middle of sprinting, gets up to you,
No, why?
but
Why?
is taking a dash action. It's unable to attack you. What do you do in response? It's now adjacent to you.
I'm just going to disengage and
Disengage,
running.
and
Yeah.
60 feet, you just like immediately disappear. This second suit of armor gets up alongside the second. Both of them trudging up the street. You take off, still kiting.
Okay,
A
but
third-
as I'm running, can I like pick up like debris that like kind of looks like a little streamer to like tantalize them
like a
little
torch,
bit?
you pick up like
Like
a piece
a
of
cat
wood, 2x4
ribbon?
Yeah,
Like a cat ribbon.
meow, 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 meow. You know, like
Maybe it's all cat mages. We don't know. Maybe
That's
every
true.
mage in this is a
The
cat.
mage inside the suits, they're like,
you definitely find like a flag or a torch to pick up and like, you know, getting their
Yeah.
attention, pointing yourself out. Your axe is probably the best version of that because it is literally giving off a magic aura if you swing your axe to get their attention.
Okay, I'll have an axe and a cool burning flag.
And a cool burning flag, two-handing,
Yeah.
trying to
Axe
get him
didn't
over.
work aesthetically.
Okay.
Didn't like your pitch.
No.
Meanwhile, you pass a clock tower where it appears 3 of these massive shells have been, one of them is at the bottom, fighting a mix of Stargazers and civilians that are trying to keep it at bay. One of it is climbing the side, and the third one is up in the bell tower, and you see a Stargazer get thrown out of the top building.
Oh,
Is there anything you do as you're approaching?
God. Can I? Shit, this is so hard. Where do you even start? Okay. I guess I would like to somehow get the one at the top to like tumble down and alert the other one. Is that
You have a
possible?
throwing great axe.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You
try.
can
that.
throw it and call it back to you.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
can I move? No.
You can still take a
You can
move
still
action
move.
for 60 feet, which is still outstrips these guys, even
Okay.
if they were to dash against you.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, make an
Same.
attack roll.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do you want to attack reckless?
Oh shit. Yeah. Right? I just rolled an 11. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to do reckless?
If
Because
you,
then
you
you roll
attack
again.
reckless, it's at
Yeah.
advantage.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
And I want to rate. Okay. 23.
23 hits. Roll damage.
How many one is that again? Sorry, it's a 1d12.
1d12 plus your strength modifier plus your rage bonus.
Plus 2 because it's a magic weapon. Right?
Plus
Or
2
plus
because it's a
1.
magic weapon.
How much is that? Because I rolled 11.
5. Oh, fuck. I think that's 9.
I
I think that's 20.
20?
20 damage.
20 damage. Okay. It pierces the iron. The whole thing spins around. The flying axe has also gotten the attention of the one scaling because it's a giant magic beacon that shoots past it. 2 of these creatures find you. The impacting of the other 2 gains the attention of the third. That is 5 that are pacing Zaza down the street. Zaza, as you do go, though, 2 fists, as you rocket past, are going to attack you at advantage. What is your AC?
18.
18. That is a... oh, yeesh. That is a
Does
20...
she know?
No,
She
excuse
still
me.
has movement?
It's an 18 to hit. It doesn't cost them horizontal movement to jump off of the tower. They jump and get adjacent with basically the equivalent of 5 feet of movement.
Wait, is this coming from the thing that she just hit?
Yes.
She has the mobile feat, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Then they can't take opportunity attacks against her. if
Oh
she-
my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, okay. Right. So these are... Wow.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The range on the great axe is what? Tell me that. Throwing it.
Isn't throwing it 60?
If throwing it is 60 feet, with your action, these guys would, you have another attack, right? If you wanted to attack, but you're not
Yeah.
in range of anybody. And you can't throw it again unless you don't want to be able to pull the great axe back to you. It's up to you. Do you want to do that?
Oh no, I'm keeping
Okay.
it- Yeah.
You're gonna keep it on you. So on their turn, they move 5 feet off the building, are within range of you because you have to get close to them to be able to throw the great axe to that height. And with that, they are going to approach their 30-foot move speed and attack you. However, on your next turn, you can disengage and easily outstrip them and not have to worry about them again. But they are going to get a couple of attacks off of you at advantage. So
Okay.
does an 18 hit you?
It's 18 is my HP.
Okay, so that hits. That does hit. Another attack is a 23 to hit. And another attack is a 19 to hit.
That hit.
And another attack is much higher. So you're going to get hit 4 times.
Jesus.
The first one. Uh, 19 damage on the first.
Okay.
Halved to 9.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
that's the
I'll
first
take
one.
that one. Yeah.
Okay, you'll take that one. 9 damage on the first one. Woof. 20. Woof. No, it's higher than that.
This feels like
29
the one to
damage,
spirit shield.
halved to 14.
I'll spirit shield that one.
Okay, spirit shielding that. Go ahead.
Is it 4 d6s? Sorry.
3d6.
3d6s.
Okay, great. That was 11.
11. So you only take 3 of that damage.
Woo!
Nutty. Okay. Next one. 21 halved to 10 bludgeoning damage.
Great.
And the next one, which is the last one, 12, 17, 24 halved to 12.
Okay.
You disengage, you are gone from them, you now have 5 in tow.
And a cool flag and a battle.
And a cool flag, they're all chasing you. Everybody has gotten far out of the way, even the blackjacks are like, fuck this, as you stream through. A storm of boots chasing you. Finally, there is a 6th iron shell that is approaching you, running towards you as if it's already spotted you. If you make an athletics check for me right now and beat a 20, you will be able to outpace it to such a degree that you can take a turn before it even reaches you, therefore adding it to your pool without even engaging it.
Okay.
If you don't, you can try something else funky, but that is an option available to you, up to you. You are raging right now for the purposes of this. You can make an athletics check with advantage.
Oh my god, you're too kind. Because I got a 22 on my first one.
A 22 on the first.
And then I got a 22 again.
22 beats DC 20. You just absolutely just dig deep. The 5 start getting kind of away from you, but the one that picks up the rear that comes around you as you turn right to go to the next target, all of them still are on the trail of the one in front, and therefore your distance isn't a problem, and you let them all clump back together, and now you have 6 in tow. Cutting over to Nesbit. Nesbit,
I can't
you are...
wait for the story song about this battle.
Nesbit, you are ripping, like now I think you've probably found a riding ant that we just see Nesbit just rip past a hill atop an ant
Sure.
that is just like, just for the sake of expediency. They are definitely readily available, right? Like riding ants are pretty common. So Nesbit is just shooting down the countryside. The boat is like coming back towards Port Sal, like kind of without your input. So you're just sort of along for the ride, keeping track. You see Nesbit on the
At one point,
shoreline.
again, you just saw like the boat start moving. You're like, what? Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like that was your signal to like get on the fucking boat.
Oh my god. Even inside, you probably are like readying Joey and Sven, and they are like gonna follow up the rear, like getting ready to come after you. Should they decide to like fight, unless you want to tell them not to come.
I think we have to come back to the boat anyway. So I think I might tell them to wait.
Defend the boat. Yeah,
Well,
there's
and
people.
Henry's there too. We gotta come back for Henry.
And Henry's there. Okay, yeah. Defending the boat's very valid. There's people everywhere looking. There's probably blackjacks on the shore. They
And
will
may
likely be needed.
One of the things that like Nesbit will relay really quickly is that like we are worried that there may be repercussions, so we may need to leave as soon as possible. You know,
We
yeah,
still have bugs in a cart in the ship, right?
right. But that'll take so long for me to get them. They are so big. They and honestly, they've gotten so fat in there that I think that it's just best if we just let them. Like, I mean,
Smash cut to those 2 beetles.
Yeah.
One of them farts.
yeah,
Second
this-
beat, we cut back.
yeah, because Clip
Where's
and
the
Clop.
third fart gonna be?
Clip and Clop haven't been actually riding beetles for a long time, and the last time to get them in there, I had to use gaseous form twice, and they screamed the entire time, and I haven't done it since, and I think that they just like being there now.
It's
And-
nice in
It's very nice in there, and honestly, I think that they would be pissed at me. so,
Okay. So Joey,
But
Sven, watch the boat, protect Henry, and stay.
Sorry.
Stay
Because that would
safe.
definitely be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay safe. And then should we have them Should we have the boat stay somewhere a bit hidden, so blackjacks that are passing can't really see?
You can send it to like a little bit more of a cove.
Yeah.
Yeah, got
for
it.
sure. Far away from the city, we don't know how big this blast
Outside of like the sight lines of
Yeah.
Port Sau's jutting it. Yeah, got it. No problem. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Definitely was along
and
those
and Nesbitt explained to it kind of what was going on, just for expediency, like what was happening, what the deal is. We're sorry that this has got crazy without you. I know I said
Wait, what?
I know I said that I was gonna keep Zygo in check, but you should have seen it. Everyone was so excited, and honestly, I wish I could say that it wasn't my idea, but this was kind of my idea. So if anything, I did the thing I said that I wouldn't do. I enabled him a little bit more, but everyone else in the city was so excited. Like that was the thing.
Keep running while
I'm
he's
saying
this.
I was like, yeah, Akana, you have to understand. I thought that we were gonna encounter people who were down on their luck and so sad, but I was afraid, and these people without magic and some with were so revved up. I almost forgot what it felt like to be that inspired. And they were inspired by us. How could I say no to them? They were so excited about it.
Look to the sky!
Exactly! Of course! It was the only way!
It seems like you really just kind of made it better, so good job. I can't be mad at that.
So yeah, big bomb!
Nesbitt riding on the ant, Akana aloft on the breeze, just ripping back towards Port Sau. We cut back to Zygo, who is still on the city streets. You are all in the behind cover amidst burning barricades that have been put into place. Since this, we've cutting back in on you. Huxley has sustained a wound in the shoulder, which he specifically stepped in front of you to take. He is still doing okay. He's not even bloodied yet, but he is especially because you probably threw another healing word on him quite quick.
I'll
Just go
even
ahead and
throw that
expend
spell
that
slot.
as
Yeah,
he.
done.
Then he gets up. Sees that there are barricades and armored carriages moving into the town square to stop your progress moving forward. And you guys are just behind this barricade for a moment. What do we do? I can't see how many of them there are. Are they 80 feet up?
80 feet up,
They are.
give or take. All right. Zygo's tired of being blind, and they need a symbol to look to the sky. Starry form. There is no magic being hidden anymore. Zygo is going to... His skin ripples as he levitates up into the air. His scales going shiny and star-covered.
Oh my god.
And as he extends both of his hands forward and lifts them up, I'll flavor this as, instead of water itself, the stones of the street seem to ripple up into a tidal wave that crashes down on the carts and the incoming blackjacks as Zygo
Almost
casts
with
tidal wave
a
at their level.
liquid quality. Insane. Okay. What does Tidal Wave do? It's a strength save?
Tidal wave is a dexterity save, DC 18. Failed takes... I'm going to cast it at 4th level. So failed save takes... Oh, no, there's no mechanical difference. All right, I'm going to cast it at 3rd level. Hit... DC 18, it is 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet wide, 10 feet high. Each creature has to make a dex save. If they fail, they take 48 bludgeoning and are knocked prone.
What level are you
they
casting
take
it at?
Half of that 3rd level, because the damage doesn't increase.
As you go to flick that tidal wave out, you hold yourself behind the thing. The circle of stars lights you. You begin to glow, and the tidal wave is counterspelled as it comes out of your hand.
Oh, where I'll kill them.
From directly above you, there is an avian war priest who has just counterspelled your tidal wave, flying above you in a strafing pattern. Just along the houses above the rooftops, just flicks your spell out of the air and the tidal wave curdles at your fingertips. The first 3 stones in front of you explode forward but then fizzle.
Then bonus action, archer bolt at that guy.
All right, go ahead and make that attack.
That is a... Always need to look up what that attack is. Sorry. 18 to hit him.
18 hits as he goes to try to cast shield, but has already used his reaction.
Fuck yes.
Idiot.
17 radiant damage to him.
Idiot.
Slams backward. That does not kill him, but it does bloody him instantly, and he
Love it.
immediately starts a retreat. Do you follow up on that, or because he is probably going to leave your range?
How quickly are these the guys on the street approaching?
Yeah. So actually, in regards to that, there is a sudden moment of quiet. When that quiet moment happens, sorry, just a second. Huxley looks over the side and says, "Everybody down!" Cannons erupt. I'll go back for another pass at that. Cannons blast off from the blackjack side, and the barriers that your group is hiding behind all shatter apart. People go running from side to side, ducking into buildings wherever they can. The mage comes back around, lands kind of heavily in the middle of everyone, and is just going to cast out of a wand a spell that is going to force you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
This piece of shit.
8.
Okay. Do you have any reactions to?
No, nothing that would help me in this scenario.
Okay.
You can't counterspell him, huh? You have the.
I
Guy in
have
the
something
glove.
trapped in the glove still.
Okay. The wand evaporates out of the mage's hand as it is expended. A green, jagged bolt of energy
Oh, fuck.
flies towards Zygo as the spell Disintegrate impacts directly in his chest.
Yep. Yep.
So this is 40 damage as a base, plus
Yep.
10d6.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's huge. Disintegrates. Nasty.
Gonna go down.
Probably not.
Am I still that far from you?
Yeah, we're all spread out.
You're at full HP though, right, Tiger?
Currently. That's about to change in a big way.
In a big way.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay, you take a total of 74 points of
Oh
force
my
damage.
God.
I lose concentration on the butterfly.
The butterfly in the midst of this center scene, just as it was about to strafe down on top of the soldiers, disappears into stars. Several of the Stargazers see it disappear, and they break ranks.
Wait, really
Flee
quick.
deeper back
Wouldn't
into
the
the
butterfly
buildings.
get a turn on Zygo's turn?
It would have, yes. I think we were assuming it was going in for a strafe
A
run.
breath.
On the cannons.
On
yeah.
on the cannons probably. So
I'm still up.
you
but
are still
I'm-
up with 74. It is your turn. The Stargazers mostly break ranks, except for Hux, who, not seeing that, would have jumped in front of it for you and died, but didn't, because he didn't see it. Takes throwing knives, both of them behind his back, into the mage if he can.
Cool.
That's a 23 and a 24.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Hux.
3.
Let's go.
It's not a ton of damage.
Well, 17
10 damage
really
to the
quick.
mage. Both kind of wing him. The mage drops back. Shh. What's up? Stop whining. Sorry. The mage, slammed with both, is still standing. It is now Zygo's turn.
Bonus action, Archer, Bolt. That's an 18 to hit him.
That hits. Oh, well, hold on.
Is he gonna shield it?
Shield blasts into place. And the bolt is deflected.
Now he
Okay.
can't counterspell.
That's great. Yeah, Zygo is going to, just as the mage counterspells, point up to the sky above him towards just the most basic outline of the moon that you can see in the middle of the day. And as he looks up, radiance from seemingly out in the middle of space descending all the way down as Zygo casts Moonbeam at 4th level right on his ass.
No cons. Roll the damage for the con save at the start of his turn.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you right now, he fails it.
27 radiant damage.
Describe that for me, please.
It is as if he vanishes and moving through the moonbeam. Technically, he can't do this, but he would. Zygo, well, it would be at the start of your turn, right? So
Yeah.
Zygo passes through it and will start just levitating slightly off the ground, moving through the streets with bright light as a beacon behind him as he burns down the streets of Port Sal. Anything coming near, he will move the moonbeam to put it in front of him or ahead of him, but there is radiance that is just tearing down through these streets.
Are you cubs to be hiding in your holes? Forward, Stargazers! We advance!
And all of them come out of the thing, seeing this beacon in the sky, and chase after the moonbeam that is blasting through the center of Port Sao streets. We come back to Zaza. Zaza, go ahead and roll. Let's have this be 3 athletics checks at advantage for me. Go ahead.
Okay.
First one.
First one is a wait, let's see. Is a 24.
24. Okay, that's 1.
Second one. My gosh, these are good. Oh my god. Okay, the second one is 26.
26, and another one.
Ooh, yucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, 13.
Okay. Describe to me how you have already gotten the attention of 2 more of these creatures.
What was the last thing I did? Well, I have like a whole like fucking army following me now.
Yes,
right?
you had 8. So you have 2 more now.
Where are the other 2?
2. They're just in your they're in your squad chasing you. Like we're cutting ahead
I'm
in
doing
time.
like cool things like this, like a raid.
Just like bang bang bang. You just got their attention.
Yeah.
As you get the third one's attention, then you just misjudge how it gets away from you on this athletics check. It gets within range of you and does attack you twice for 2 hits. First attack is going to hit you. They both do hit you. 11, 12. First does 19 halved to 9 damage. Do you want to take that or Spirit Shield?
I'll wait for.
Okay, second one is 15.
Okay. So.
Halved to 7.
Okay. So that is. Oh, that was 10.
10. So that secondary hit, you just have deflected it completely, which allows you to move away from the thing. Now, with 10 of these guys, wait, how was it 10? It was 9. Now there's 9 of them behind you. There are 3 more ahead of you right now. One of them is about to, looks like it's about to crush one of the Stargazers that is backing up with a broken leg away from an open building. It steps forward, is just about to slam into it. It is your turn before it attacks this guy.
No. Okay. Is there a way for me to like hold its fist and run with it and then let go of it?
Yeah, you can make a grapple check and drag it away and then release the grapple.
Okay. Okay. What do I roll for?
It's an
grapple?
athletics check with advantage.
Athletics check with
Duration.
advantage against its
that's
athletics
it?
check.
Okay, great. That's amazing. Okay. Okay. 22.
Okay, I have to roll my opposed. Let's see. Okay.
It's cocked.
You grapple it. So you grab it just as it's about to punch this guy to death, just smush him on the street. Suddenly a flash of hyena is just like, whoom, grabs this thing by the punching hand as it's on its way down. And you can drag him up to 30 feet if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Like,
Gong, 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 slamming down the street. All
No.
of the other ones still chasing after you as this
Fucking
bright magic beacon,
wild.
ignoring the Stargazer down the street. That is 10 of these golems behind you, just
Does the-
slamming forward.
does the loudness help the other ones pay attention to me?
11 and 12 are approaching you from the head-on direction, similar. Same as before, if you can make an athletics check, and this time you're going to need to beat a DC 25, you will get there before they do to just kite them along with you and have all 12.
Come on, baby.
Okay, let's do it. Let's freaking go. Great. Oh my god, I'm not 20!
Oh
She
my
nat
god.
one'd into a nat 20.
Nat 1 into a Nat 1 would have been so bad, guys. That's like that's 24 attacks.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
my god.
Yeah, that's
If
bad.
we would have rolled 24
Oh my
attacks,
God.
probably all at
That's
advantage.
Funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Nat 20.
Whoa.
So, like,
She gets
I
both of
love
them with a
It
nat
just
20,
like
right?
it sort of clicks in your head for a second that like you're like, oh my god, that's 12. That's fucking 12. And
Yeah.
you just like, I did it, and you just get like a smile rips across your face, and you see this like, for just like a second, there's like black and white everywhere, just sort of flashes, and
Oh.
you hear a voice
Enter the
far
Speed
in the
Force?
back.
Oh my god.
Oh, so fast.
Your old original relative Zaza in awe of your speed.
Make your family proud, baby.
As you just rip around the corner, it's ruined street behind as they ripping down the street. You now hit a downhill into the center platform where you see a Zygo is floating and rotating.
You got a beacon,
with a
a
moonbeam.
literal beacon.
Blackjacks are fleeing the town square as the Stargazers are throwing smoke that is illuminated by all of this massive light. And then you perfectly, at the right time, Zygo, you as well, see Nesbit and Akana bounding over the rooftops in Nesbit's
Okay.
case. And yes, Akana.
As we were on our way there,
Yes.
I would have liked to, like 10 minutes out, I would have liked to have cast Prayer of Healing,
Yes.
which takes 10 minutes.
Sure.
So by the time I get up there,
Finish
Oh.
your prayer. What's the last line of your prayer?
please help us take down this queen.
Out of breath.
Let us be
It's
healed.
only about 40-foot fly speed.
Incredible.
Okay, and so once I get to within 30 feet, I get to choose up to 6 creatures. And so that'll be Zygo, Zaza, Nesbit, you're good, right?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Why did I ask? The mole mage, just because she has a feeling, and then 3 other stargazers within range, and then they will get. Gorgeous, and this will be doubled because of my spell. So everyone gets 34 health.
Let's go, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
The mole
Even
mage,
me?
who was previously
Yeah.
surrounded by stargazers, dealing with a necrotic wound in her side, suddenly gets up. All right, out of my way, I'm fine. Vroom, floats her own little self up to Zygo. Need any assistance?
Containment seems to be the name also again.
Gives you a nod, and she goes, don't you hate it when they say, didn't you see that and you can't see it?
It's a true nightmare.
It's the worst thing ever. I'm absolutely sick of it. Good to see you.
You get to see it.
Floats down the street away, and begins to, you just see like a bombardment of firebolts make some blackjacks flee away up the street. Run, you fucking cowards, you yellow belts. Zaza, ripping down the street into the center platform. What do you yell to everybody as you, what was his name? Huxley turns to you, and yells to everyone, they're coming!
Take cover immediately! Clear the perimeter!
And all of them start to back away and lower muskets behind as much cover as they are able. Zaza, where do you lead these guys?
Where do I lead them?
Let me describe the area really quick. Right now we're coming down into sort of the middle of a spoked wheel. All of these streets are coming down into one specific area. We were going towards the palace's front doorstep, right?
Yeah.
So outside of even greater, larger, like center walls, the palace sits atop like a 100-foot tall, basically like an elevated platform that is like a mile radius, up in the middle of the city, removed from everything, big spiral staircase. But the spiral staircase is decorated with beautiful imagery of this swine queen and all of her the good deeds she has done throughout the land, celebrating her reign over her family's divine reign. And it is very much a symbol of like grandeur. And you're fixing to probably blow that shit up.
Yeah.
All of these streets around are pretty heavily associated with the crown. They're like fancy fabric shops. A giant fancy lingerie shop sits on the corner, perfectly within the blast radius of what you guys are trying to blow up.
No!
Zaza, what do you do?
We run right up those family portrait places, right?
Like on like where all of them are depicted in artwork by the staircase?
Yeah.
Okay. Run right
And-
past it.
And she screams, "For Masang!"
For Masangu running down the street. A few of the Stargazers respond with that for Masangu as they shake their fists seeing you run by. You get down into the center of the platform, all of the iron shells approaching you.
All right! All mages advance!
And all of the mages start to very carefully get closer, as Dispel Magic has only that small range.
No, it doesn't.
120 feet.
120 feet.
120? I thought it was 60.
120 feet on Dispel Magic.
120 feet. All the mages run up. Mages, advance! They all put like big heavy benches in front of them, 120 feet exactly away from the center.
And
Nesbit?
George, I think knowing that, like, how close together are these things? Are the mechs?
The mech suits are like these big things. They're how close are they together? They're packed together, all in a line, adjacent to each other in chase.
I think as a signal, and I think he knows that Zygo, like, without even talking, but he's with, like, Akana, so he will say, like, on me. Will, the second that they get, like, right in front of the steps, will create, and it won't really do anything mechanically much, but we can talk about it, will create a wind wall that kind of covers the blast back towards us for, like, shrapnel, and is just kind of, like, tunneled directly towards the steps.
You gotta be kidding me.
While he does
George was trying to
that,
kill us.
as a buffer, Zygo's eyes flash, 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 flash as he goes through his entire spell list in a single second. And then a wall of stone rises out of the ground,
better.
further buffering Nesbit's wind wall.
Okay, yeah, that wall of stone.
Well, but can
How
people
tall
see-
is the wall of stone?
It is 10 feet high.
Do you want to make it shorter?
So we can see them.
Because 10 feet high.
Oh,
will
because
block
everyone
your
else
line of
needs to
vision.
be able to see them.
Mm-hmm. It's still good. Like, even if you do it like 6 feet, they're still 10 feet tall.
Yeah, I think any blast is gonna get that initial blast radius out. Yeah, can I make it like 5 feet high?
Because
5
it says
feet
up
high.
to, right?
Yep. Up
Yeah,
to-
up to
Because mine
10.
says up to 15, so I'm just gonna go the same.
All right, 5 foot high, a further bunker of shrapnel protection. All of these creatures storm into the center. Zaza, you get to the
running.
center. Where do you run to take cover?
Oh shit, where can I run to? Oh, I can't go to the lingerie shop. He said that's gonna blow up.
It is gonna probably I mean, it's in the blast radius. You never know. You could take cover somewhere in there. It's just not necessarily advisable.
I don't think I'll die on that bit. That won't be cool. But it's a good one to die on. I don't know. I don't know what this thing looks like.
Just,
You
like,
you can
sprint
run
through an
back
alley or
behind, like
something.
through the wind wall, like and just like take cover, like back with the other mages. You have 120 feet of movement, which would get you
Yeah,
to the
I'll
mage
stay
line.
with my peeps then. I'll stay with
Okay, so you stay with these guys. You run back around the corner. You the wind wall springs up behind Zaza. Then she leaps off the stone wall that appears. Running behind, gets behind the little makeshift barricade as all the mages lower their wands and the like. All of them cast dispelling spells all at the same time. All of their lights go. And all of them begin to twitch.
Everyone get cover.
As they begin to slam down into the ground, make an insight check, Gabe.
Oh, we dropped onto the floor.
What is your vision range like this?
120 feet.
And where are you?
I would have to be 120 feet away to get the spells off.
Great.
So exactly that far. Insight check is 23.
23. You know that the creatures inside are very suddenly in immeasurable pain.
Oh.
And that their twitches are them desperately trying to free themselves from their constraints, the source of what is paining them. And as one by one they begin to try to rend the armor off of their bodies. There is a chain reaction of explosions, and because of the massive, catastrophic damage done by each explosion, 40d6 apiece, after the second or third explosion, it truly becomes like one in the strangest, most obtuse shape an explosion could be. As it all settles, the staircase of the palace lays ruined. All of the Stargazers slowly come out of their cover, the wind wall having flecked the iron shards back into the palace's walls, jutting out of the brick like spears. The stone wall is peppered with smaller pieces of shrapnel that might have skirted under the wind wall. Nothing has gotten past, even to the barricade that the mages have set up. Not a single Stargazer has sustained an injury. There's a lot of silence as you all look at this tremendous damage. And all the Stargazers look to the four of you.
Akana will go over to... What's your health at, Psycho?
53.
Yeah. Akana will go over to Zygo and give him 20 lay on hands, so 20 HP. And then we'll go over to Zaza and also give her we'll give her 15. And then she'll just kind of go around, and if there's anyone that looks particularly bad, let me know. And then I can take that out of my melee on hands. She'll just give a few.
If you
to
go ahead and
those.
expend 8 more points, you will have undone most of the damage here, and you'll have hit,
Okay.
and you'll taken the edge off of most of the severe injuries.
Price moment.
Great.
Just one.
All of them gather around you. Huxley Farmer, under his Stargazer bandana, hands you all bandanas that are black with white speckles on them.
So did you already have these made, or did you make them after you saw the flyers? Because that is like, I mean, the production, that was quick. That was a
We were a
quick
cause
turnaround.
without a name. You gave us something to look for. Skyward.
I never expected this.
Never? Have you not grown up in Emporia?
No, I have, but not in a couple of days since the flyers went out. I mean, this is.
There was rage. That
You're
has
all
been
quite
bubbling for some
famous.
time.
Really?
You think this is the first we've heard of you? We just knew that meant you were here.
How do you hear about it? Like through the, and she points at the decimated castle.
It's part of Sophia's I use. Mages are back in Brickton. Mages are back in Key East. Mages in the northeast wilderness. It's a ship flying between the red spine, atop a pillar of water.
We started to get less and less conspicuous the further we went along.
So did we. The time for subtlety has ended, I think. Everybody make a perception check.
Nat 20.
18. Oh.
26.
All of a sudden, it gets darker over your faces. And you just sort of realize, like, where'd the sun go? This explosion's, maybe it's the smoke. And sure enough, there is a little bit of smoke above you that wisps as you all look up towards the palace. And then, as the smoke thins, there is a gleaming figure atop the 100-foot tower. And Huxley, under his breath, says, "You need to get out of here right now."
Okay. We need to go.
This is not a fight you can win. You must leave.
You will go as well. You will be safe. You do not stand behind. Just
We will run. There are places we can hide. We have never encountered these, but we have a plan.
all right.
He'll shake his.
Do not attempt to do any damage to them. From the stories that my father has told me, they simply repair themselves. And there is not a beast inside. Just darkness. Go, run. We will find each other again.
Bandana on, and pass without trace on this group.
All of you guys sort of immediately get shady. Send for us if you need us. And all of the Stargazers underground for today, but we have been victorious. All of them, a short-lived celebration is just like a short ha, and they all duck into place. And as one of the Stargazers is beginning to turn tail, a spear flies down from the 10 feet, pinning them into the ground, killing them instantly. You know that has done upwards of 50 damage.
Okay.
Do you stay and fight against all advice, or do we run?
GTFO.
This was a victory.
Having
We
been
gotta go.
successful in
Oh, yeah.
our mission.
This was a victory today. We get out of here.
With cloud cover, pass without trace, and many abilities at your disposal to get through the utter chaos of the fleeing, now matching bandanaed figures from above, you are indiscernible, and you retreat back into the Port Sao ruins. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Woo!
Wow.
Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Does anybody have anything they want to plug coming up?
Not from my end, but hey everyone, it's Jackie speaking through Hannah.
Do it, Jackie.
I actually do
This is
have
Jackie.
something
This is
fun
pretty
to
good.
plug.
This is pretty good.
Hopefully. Which is that
It's very
if I test
that was
Very
weird.
good.
if I test negative in time, I'm on a super fun panel at Comic-Con this coming Saturday. It's with some awesome voiceover people like Tara Strong and Tom Kenny. I have no idea how I got onto it, but I'm very excited. And if you're gonna be there, come say hi. Once again, this is all contingent on a fast recovery, so pray for me. And let me know if you'll be there. Okay, the end.
Feel better, Jackie. Oh, man.
Incredible. We love you, Jackie.
Check out Table Tips on TikTok. That's my TikTok show. Go check it out. We do fun custom builds of stuff. And like of you know, bad guys and magic items and stuff like that. Natasha, what you got?
I have my last LA tree, July
tree.
29th.
July 29th.
And then I'm going to Canada, and then I'm going to New York City.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Go see Tree. It's amazing.
For Tree, right? You're not just telling us where you're.
Oh
They're
no!
just giving us travel plans.
Yeah, just travel
For
plans.
Tree.
And then I have this really fun trip to Canada.
I'm like doing that. Yeah.
Otherwise, just keep a lookout for more Hero Club projects coming down the pike. We are about to announce our new season. I'll tell you the title of it right now is Cluster Muck. Enjoy the super fun stuff to come in a couple of weeks. We are going to be releasing in a few weeks, and we are very excited about this new season. And just listen to Hero Club Podcast in general. Go to heroclubpodcast.com. Check us out under the About section under this video. And otherwise, we'll see you next week, and have a wonderful evening, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.